Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor, and today I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. All right, so we have a new set here, right? No, this is not the new set. I'm just in my bedroom, literally on my bed doing my reading. If you are frequent to the channel, or if you're even, have been here for a little while, my schedule has been off. Well, we're getting to the end of summer and I have a young child, and so things are just a little bit different right now. They will be getting back into a more normal and reliable routine as school is beginning. So thank you for being here. Thank you for clicking on this video. Aquarius, I have missed you. You are absolutely one of my favorite energies to immerse myself in, just to swim right through. And so I do. I feel very privileged to be here with you. If you want to like, subscribe, or leave a comment, I would love to hear from you. If you have a prayer request, if you want some, nice energy sent your way, some healing energy, go ahead, put that in the comments. Let me know what's going on. You can also email me at ulaitshere@gmail.com. The other thing I wanted to mention is I do private readings. I often get emails about it, comments about, do I do them? How much are they? They're $100 usually. Depending on, how busy I am or whatever. But so it's all the information is in the description of each video. So those are there. I don't like doing the spiel, you guys. I just don't. So those are some of the things we have going on here. All right, so let's go. We have the energy of the Strength card. Right? This is also the Lust card in the Thoth system. And I often use the Thoth deck. Now, for my readings that are on the road, which is kind of what this is, even though I'm in my own house and my studio is downstairs, I have to do it upstairs. My husband is recording and, well, my daughter's home. So I'm up here, I'm recording. She's in the other room working on her projects. I also have, this is a card from the deck called the Carnival at the End of the World, which is just a beautiful deck through and through. I love it. It's gorgeous. But we have that strength energy. So what is that all about? Well, to me, it is when we muster up that fortitude, that strength, that courage, that I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it kind of energy. And that's where we're at right now, Aquarius. So let's go ahead. I'm going to spin this bowl, just a little bit. I don't want to go crazy here because the bed's all like uneven. I don't want to get water everywhere. Okay, here we go. So let's take a look. We're going to see what these tea leaves have to say. And I'm just going to go ahead and kind of spin this thing around. Now, the first thing I'm seeing immediately is it looks like it says cry. Excuse me, my goodness. C-R-Y. Okay, if you can see. C-R-Y. Cry. Now, it also looks like it might say honey. H-O-N-E-Y, right? The Y again. So now we have cry, we have honey, we have, a feeling of, well, to me, it's like the saying, right? You get more flies with honey. So what does that mean, right? Sometimes we have to be nice. Sometimes we got to lay it on thick. Sometimes we got to be a little bit like charming and complimentary and, kind of butter it up, finesse it up. Like I would love to say that I would never be a person to kind of, put a little honey on that thing. But yeah, you just do. Sometimes you just do. Now, on the other side of it is this crying. It doesn't feel like anger, but it does feel like a sense of sadness or at least melancholy. I feel like you are, and you're an Aquarius, so you're probably like dull, Lenor. But I feel like when you get into your moods, right? If you get into that blue period, if you are, just tired of people and their mess and their problems and their dramas, and you close up. You're not like hanging out to be expending energy you don't have. You are not somebody that is very willing to pretend with people. Now, I do feel that you are somebody who, you probably work and live and do things in all different kinds of places and different kinds of people. And your work scenario might not mirror what your more personal and authentic being might be, right? And I think that in those situations, you're really good at just kind of like getting along with the vibe. Now, does that mean that you're like fully a different person? You're absolutely like, pretending all the time? No, I don't think so. Not at all, actually. I think that, you have enough of that, kind of mercurial, fluid, shifting kind of energy that you just get along with people, but you're also very true to self. Okay, so I do feel like there's a situation coming up that will be frustrating for you. And I do think that you are going to have to kind of, put that like sweeter disposition forward. And this makes me believe that maybe you are dealing with somebody who is like a family member that you do respect and that you are often soft with. So I wonder if this is like a grandmother, an auntie, a mom, a sister. Seems like a feminine energy to me. Now, I don't think that they're fragile, and I don't think that they are the type of person that can't handle the truth about things, but I think that you come from a time and a place and maybe even a family that really, really emphasized treating your elders with respect and with care. And so I do believe that this is something that is stuck with you. And I think that this is something that in this situation coming up is going to really be the key to getting through navigating whatever the scenario is. Now, I don't feel like this is a full tower moment, but I do think it is something that is building from last year. And why do I say that? Because we have right here the dragon. Now, last year was the dragon. This year is the serpent, right? And these are our lunar Chinese year of the whatever animals, right? These are their zodiac, if you will. And so I feel like whatever the situation is, it started last year. Now we're more than halfway through this 2025, which blows my mind. How is that possible? I don't know, but it's true. So I feel like this has been going on for like at least a year, maybe even a little longer. Okay. So I don't know exactly what it is, but it makes me wonder if there is something like a person in your family, in your friends group, somebody that you feel very close to, you have a lot of respect for them. if there's something changing in their life, like maybe health-wise, maybe cognitively, there might be like they're getting older, they're being more forgetful, maybe having some falls or, but they want to live alone. And you have been trying to figure out, how are we going to make this work? So I think you're finally coming to that place where a decision is going to have to be made, just like straight up, right? And I'm not saying that this isn't necessarily an older person. It could be somebody who is just having other kinds of things go on, like a divorce or another baby or, I don't know, financial issues, whatever it is, okay? Now, I think that you're more than willing to help. And I think that you're more than willing to kind of be in that agreeable, sweet posture. But I do also think that there's going to have to be room for you to make some decisions that aren't going to be popular. And that's the big thing here. I feel like you're going to have to fortify yourself as you're going into the situation because it does feel very upsetting. And I feel like this person that you are going to be trying to help is going to be quite resistant and maybe even show you a part of themselves that you've never seen. And I feel like that is somewhere in the realm of anger, okay? Anger, lashing out. Now, maybe there is a loss of inhibition due to a health issue or aging or dementia or something like this, okay? Maybe it's just that they've finally gotten to that point where they're not going to take it anymore. They're not going to hear one more thing that you have to say about this. I'm done. That kind of energy. Whatever it is, you need to stay the course. It is so important. It is so important. Now, we also have the number 715. Okay, 715. And I'm just going to spin this a little bit. I know it's dark in here. I was going to put the light on, and then it got sunny, and then it decided to get unsunny again. So I apologize. I'm not getting up, though. I don't want to move everything. Okay, so we have a skull. But it's not a scary one. There's actually like a heart right here. And this is the skull. So I do kind of feel like something from the past, like something you thought was completely over, is going to emerge again into your life, right? I feel like it's like seeing the dead rise. Like this is a person that is going to be reaching out to you, or you're going to bump into them, or maybe it's like, like an ex, you're like rekindling something, or I don't know, maybe it's even like you have a really good friend. Back in the day, you used to hope, wonder, whatever, that something might come of this. But, life goes on and you just kind of stayed friends. And that's okay. I'm not saying this is like I got friend zone kind of situation. No, the friendship is good. There's a lot of love there. There's a lot of like companionship there. Well, I feel that in this time, there could be a shift where there is the emerging of a very overt, offering of love. And I don't just mean like, there's a blue jay out there, right out the window, looking at me, and squawking. You might be able to hear it. An offering of love, but almost like something happened. Maybe a breakup, maybe like, I don't know, you're just hanging out and you got a little too warm and cozy, or something happened where all of a sudden I feel like this person returning into your life, if it's romantic or not, I feel like there is an elation. Like you've known this whole time. You've always known. You've always known, but you don't let yourself look at it, right? You don't let yourself like really look at the thing. And when you catch a glimpse, when it really becomes clear to you, you're flooded. You're just flooded with this, well, dopamine, right? Dopamine, serotonin, all the things that make us feel in love, lust, safe. This is the big one. I think you feel safe with this person. I feel like you have a lot in common. You have endless things to talk about, and you just feel good being around them. Like you could hang out. You don't need to be doing anything. This is just like a person that you could hang. Like if you were like stuck on Gilligan's Island with this fool, this would be the person that like there's no question. It would be fine. Yeah, you're going to bicker here and there, and you're not always going to, see eye to eye. But for the most part, and most certainly in my mind, there is such a connection, such a love, such a respect, and you have not let yourself look at that completely for one reason or another. And I think at first you had the hope to be this close, but whatever happened in life, that like there was a divergence, or maybe you lost contact, or you stayed friends, and it just, it went on like that, and it was fine. And, I'm sure we've all had that experience to some degree, right? And I see you coming into this place. Now, I don't know that this means that you will be together or that anything will change greatly, but I think that you're allowing yourself to feel the wanting for closeness. If this is like a family member or, like an old friendship, allowing yourself to have hope and maybe a little vulnerability to let them back in. If this is romantic, then I do feel like you're letting yourself feel those like feelings of attraction, of lust, of like all of the moments you can think of where you sat and laughed together, you watched cool stuff together, you hung out and geeked out on things, and had conversations that were inspiring and helpful, and all of those boring long days that you spent just chit-chatting, and or the hardships, going through some of the worst moments in your life alongside each other, parallel, right? And I feel like just thinking back on some of those things, it feels like you've been in love this whole time. You've been in love this whole time. And now what? Right? And now what? Aquarius, now what? Okay, let's see. We're going to keep moving this. We have up here, and let's get off this part. We're not going to go too deeply. I was like, maybe I should use my foraging knife here to point things out, but I don't know. I just kind of wanted to show it off. It's so pretty. I love this thing. I need to clean it. I know. I love it so much. It's all dirty. I was just getting zucchini out of the garden, you guys, okay? Don't judge me. You can judge me. That's okay. As long as it's nice. Okay, so we have a home right here. Okay, home and temple in that nice kind of pyramid-y. Here, I'll use my pen. In the nice kind of pyramid-y shape. We have a person standing next to it. We have a person riding a horse. Right here, you can see the horse and the person right here. We also have, it looks like a cardinal right here, you can see the, this is hard without the light. Okay. The head right here, here's the body, the tail. Okay. So the person on the horse is an intentional change. Okay. This is like not just like I fell into, the backseat of a car and it drove me across country on accident type of deal. I don't know how that would happen, but I'm sure it has to somebody somewhere. But it is, I'm getting on this horse and I'm going to ride on out into the next part of my life, right? I am making this decision. I am leaving my job. I am moving to a new town. I am, going to buy a house on the street I grew up on, or, whatever it is, like these big changes, not the little things, the big ones. Because if you can think about getting a horse prepared to ride on out, it's not just, unless you're riding it bareback or whatever. Is that the right thing? Oh my gosh. Am I going to get in trouble? I don't know. Sorry. Disregard. If you're going to ride it without a saddle, with no saddle, then it might not be as hard, like more work, right? But if you're putting the saddle on, you're getting that blanket on there, you're getting the saddle on, you're packing your trail pack and you're getting that on there, and then you get up on the horse and you get going. That's a lot of work. That's a lot of I keep making this decision to move forward through every step of the way. And so this is an intentional change for you. Okay. But it is leading you to that sacred space that you have been wanting, that you have been yearning for, those moments in your life when it's like you want something, but you don't know what it is. You need something. I don't know what it is. Usually it is, drink water, go outside and get some sun on your face, or baby, you need to sleep. Okay? You need to get some sleep. You need to get onto a healthy sleep routine. Right? I know, momming it up. And I'm saying this, and you're probably saying, Lenor, stop. Don't bully me about my bad sleep routine, because we all have bad sleep routines. Like, come on. Nobody is on a good one. Sometimes I'm doing okay. We're getting back into school zone. My daughter's going back to school next week. This week, actually, coming up in the next few days. And we're getting back to a routine, and we've always been in a routine, but like a more going to bed by 7:30, 8 o'clock. I love it. I've been an old person my whole life. I at heart, and now because of my actual age, am an old person, just straight up. I want to go to bed at 7:30. Absolutely. Yes, I do. That sounds amazing. So I do feel like for you, you are getting into this place where you are finding that whatever it is, that thing that has been just pulling at you, that magnetism. What is it? Right? A new hobby, a new career, going back to school, starting a new self-development thing, getting on a path of wellness, whatever that looks like for you. I don't know, but I feel like you are figuring it out, and figuring it out you are, okay? This isn't just a passing thing. It's not like all, maybe not, it might happen, might not. No. You are locked in. You are on it. This is the path forward for you. And I see you really invested in it. You're really invested, devoted, and that's why it's going to work. And that's why you are rebuilding that interior temple. And it is glorious. It is glorious. So I do feel like in this period of time, and by the guidance, we have that cardinal. So by the guidance of somebody who has passed, transcended their corporeal body form, they're still coming and visiting you and cheering you on and, and helping you with your inspirations, bringing you into these new realms of ideas and abstracts and I don't even know, like quantum forms or something. You're rubbing up against the quantum forms and are part of them as well, too. Inspiration. I just feel you through this alignment, through this balance, through this really extraordinary example of strength. And that is your self-evolution, your growth, your metamorphosis. This beautiful, 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 you are beautiful, beautiful being that you have always been, but what you have really become as well. I think that you're finally noticing. I think that people are noticing you as well. And I think that it might even feel a little uncanny. You might be thinking like, why are these people looking at me? Or like, why all of a sudden are people like reaching out to me? Why all of a sudden, are people talking to me at work or at the store or what? They're drawn to you. They're drawn to you. You're gorgeous. You're intoxicating. You're so magnetic. And I think you always have been. But right now, with all of the work you've been doing, the just dedication, it looks so good on you. I feel like the energy that's pouring out of you is divine, blissful, not sweet. It's not a sweet thing. It's not savory either. It's like a fluffy croissant with like all the butter. I like the ones that have the raisins in them. I don't know if you've ever had those, or the chocolate. Oh gosh, those ones are good too. But we'll just go with a plain croissant, right? And you bite into it, and it hits that spot. And I don't know what that is because it's not going to like make you full necessarily. And it's not necessarily like a dessert, but it's very, indulgent and what's the word? Like not rich, but I can't think of the word. No, not savory. I don't know. If you know the word, put it in the comments. This is where you're at. That fulfillment, that thing that maybe you didn't even know could be like brushed up against. You didn't even know it was there. All of a sudden, something gets there and you're like, whoa, I've never felt this before. And it feels good. It feels so good. So the strength is coming through. All right, Aquarius. We're doing the dang old thing. Now, we also have the number, it looks like 68. 68. And we have long grass and a bird taking off. And no, N-O. There's a fish. So I wonder if you're going to, now this might have to do with work or like some kind of travel. Maybe even getting a position that will take you to like a different building or a different job site or something. But I feel like there is going to be some change in that way, but there is security in the work because the money is there. There's not a lot of anxiety, although I see a lot of the leaves usually would be anxiety, but they're they're little. So it almost kind of feels like you're just really wishing for, really hoping for, really, just putting out those appeals that this is going to be maybe part of this bigger, larger story, but this change, this shift for you, and it's not a big one. It doesn't seem big, but it will be big because it also feeds into this alignment that you're in. I feel like there's just a sense of energetically being in a lighter place. I don't know if maybe the last place you were working or your last office or wherever, maybe you were working at in one warehouse, now you're moving to another one, whatever it is. In this move, it feels like there's more freedom. I don't know. There's more freedom. It feels less oppressive, I guess. And it's so much the energy. So I feel like this is going to help feed into this lighter mood that you are in. And that feels good. I like that for you. All right, now we're going to do 3 lucky numbers. They have to be 1 through 6. I don't know why I don't have another die up here. I need to get another one of those 100-sided ones I have down in the studio. But we'll just do 1 out of 6. So 6 is not the first one. 3, 6, 3, and 4. 6, 3, 4. Those are your lucky numbers today. And I guess that's it. I don't have no oracle cards with me. So I just want to go ahead and tell you I love you. I thank you for being here with me. Thank you for putting up with my randomly filmed in my room video. Hopefully it doesn't sound too bad. But yeah, I love you. If you want to subscribe, leave a comment. I want to hear from you. Tell me all about what's going on with you. What do you have planned for this next season coming up? Oh my gosh, the trees are starting to change up here in the north. And as much as I have loved this summer, and it's been a good summer, relatively, in contrast to the world, how it is right now. It's because it's been quiet. I've been in the garden a lot. I'm just going to keep it real. I've been in the garden most of the summer, so it's not been too bad for me. But I've had my own ordeals as well, like we all have. I forget where I was even going with that. I don't know. Oh, this next season, as much as I have loved it, I'm so excited about fall. I love the winter. I love fall. I love the winter. I like the cold. I like the tundra. I like the night side. I'm a Saturnian, baby of Saturn through and through. This girl, I am Capricorn rising, Aquarius moon, and Virgo sun, and then a bunch of Leo. Yeah, I like to be in my cave. I really do. I like to plan and build and, tinker and all those kinds of things. And the winter for me is all about incubation. It's about, just being a ghost and being unseen and just really being in that warm little nest, right? That's just that little fire in there, and you have a little workbench and you're working by candlelight, and it's just, the world out there can't touch you. So anyways, that's what I'm looking forward to. Why don't you tell me what you have going on? I love you. Honestly, I love you. I love you so much. Yeah. We'll talk really soon. Bye.